Welcome to Yacht Crew Vlogs, where we tell the stories of those in the yachting industry. A behind-the-scenes look that discovers the individuals in the industry, their history, their passions, and what inspires them to do what they do. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Yacht Crew Vlogs right here on Yachting International Radio. My name is Ria. I am your host, and I'm very pleased to welcome my next two guests. They are from Pearls of Wisdom, Women in Yachting. Cherise, Reedman, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. It's nice to speak to you.
You as well. And then, of course, we have Gemma, and she is famously known as at the Yacht Stew. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. We're so excited to chat with you.
Yeah, well, it's an absolute pleasure. We know that I'm quite a force when it comes to supporting women in yachting. And when something like this comes up, and I see that you have done an event already, and this will be the second event, but I mean, it's just something absolutely amazing to go out there and actively say to women that we are here to help, whether it be transitioning on shore, whether it be your journey while you're, at sea, thinking about the future. Tell us a little bit about it, Cherise. What brought this on?
Well, I don't know whether it's been said before, all good ideas come with a glass of rosé. I'd had a couple of glasses of rosé, and my darling husband, who runs Reedman Wealth Management, wanted to do a feature on me and why I ignored financial advice, and I literally ignored him. And he was like, well, I thought we could expand on that idea. So why not invite a number of women? And our first Pearls of Wisdom event was October last year. And we had a fabulous luncheon at a gorgeous hotel in the New Forest. And I just reached out to a few current stews and then a few ex-stews, friends of mine. And the response was just overwhelming. The ex-stews who are at different moments, they might have just tried to get out of yachting. They're doing the yo-yo thing. And then you've got girls that want to make the transition. And they just all kind of needed, I don't know, to connect, to start talking about what was going on with them, and just having somebody to listen. And yeah, that was, and also that we were quite blessed with a few individual ladies that work onshore within the industry. So working for brokers, management companies and stuff like that. And it was just a fabulous get together of like-minded ladies to sit around the table and share stories about common issues that it happened to all of us within the industry, and why, looking at the lifespan of a stewardess as a career option, what are the pros and cons for that. So that was last year, and the response was great. We put out a video, but this Pearls of Wisdom was just an event within my husband's business, and I was so overwhelmed just before Christmas about the response, and ladies were reaching out all of the time, just like, this is a fantastic idea. I left a little while ago, but I'm still not sure what I'm doing, and also ladies that were still in. And I just decided after a consultation that maybe it needed to be its own entity. Maybe Pearls of Wisdom had something to offer ladies as a connection to each other, if anything else. Unfortunately, last year, I didn't get to work with Gemma. Circumstances didn't mean that we could actually work together on the first event. But obviously, once I decided that, I want to try and create something that will be a resource to all stews that are, in the industry, I reached out to Gemma and said, would you be interested in being involved in creating a new event? And she was just about to call me as well, apparently. So we decided to put the feelers out, and we managed to get a fabulous location as well. So Pearls of Wisdom has grown, like I said, into its own entity. It's going to be a free resource library of interviews, articles that are relevant to stewardesses on board and then leaving. So, my plan is to talk to ladies that have already set up businesses or gone on to different walks of life, just to create that connection again, to give the ladies that are on the board some ideas about what to do next. Because, as me personally, I didn't have a clue what to do next. It wasn't that clear. So yeah, we're in the business of creating this at the moment, and yeah, Gemma has been, well, she's my connection to the ladies on board.
Well, Gemma, what was the draw for you to become involved in this?
I think for me, it was I had left yachting July 2020, definitely the worst time to leave in the peak of COVID, and then moving to a new country and all of that. And so when I spoke to Cherise and she was just explaining what she wanted to accomplish, everything she was saying was everything I needed. It was that community of stews that had left. And I just thought, I forgot that kind of exists. You know, I think you get so wrapped up as a crew member, and then when you leave, there's that huge disconnect. And Cherise and I have spoken about this a lot. It's almost like you step off and that door closes and you're like on the outside looking in. So as Cherise was sharing her goals for Pearls of Wisdom, and you know, that initial event and the conversations that were going to be had and were consequently had, I just thought, this is everything I wish I had 18 months ago, but still need today. And so we just kind of started chatting a lot more about it, got to learn a lot more about each other. We've had many long phone calls, and we've met in person a few times. And then I spoke with Cherise and we set up the Ship to Shore ladies Facebook group. And within a week, it was almost at 300 members. And it's just all women who have left the industry or who are wanting to leave, sharing their stories. And then from there, I wrote down afternoon tea, April/May in my notebook to talk to Cherise. And then it was really bizarre. Within a few days, Cherise called me and said, what if we do an afternoon tea event in April? And I was like, this is very strange, but I'm going to go with it. And then, yeah, I just think, you know, Cherise has an incredible community land-based, which is something that I'm not quite there yet. I'm still building that. Whereas I feel so much more connected, I think, still on the crew side. So it's just amazing to be able to partner these two communities that actually really need each other. And it's just been really organic. I think it's just been a really great partnership. But I think for me, the biggest draw with Cherise was, you know, Cherise isn't doing this to say, hey, let's make $1 million company. It's let's just put together some amazing resources and then help stews and just be a part of something bigger and better. And I love that. I think it's amazing. So I am just thrilled that she wanted me on board. I'm excited.
Well, I mean, the first event was an astounding success, obviously, and we're going to include that link for the video that you produced. An excellent video, I think, it sort of gives the overview of what it is that you guys are doing. And so you planned this next one. And I think I mentioned to you in one of our phone calls, Cherise, that you know, were you going to take this on the road? Were you going to not just do England? Were you going to bring it to Europe? Were you going to take it on the road? A few months back, there was hesitancy. But from my understanding, you're coming to the line of thinking that perhaps that's something that you will be doing.
Well, like Gemma said, like organically, this has just grown, and it's continuing to do so. And I'm not going to lie, I was asked a couple of times, like, oh, we're just, you know, we're going to invite a couple of people and we're going to watch out and watch how it all goes. And, you know, so we'll be primed and ready for the European event. This is one of the lovely ladies that spoke to. I'm like, the European event? Okay. Haven't actually maybe mentioned that. So like all of the stuff with the Pearls of Wisdom, to be honest, it's all kind of being led by the ladies. You know, I want to create a free resource of experiences, first-hand experiences, because I do feel sometimes with networking you can get lectured by industry leaders and all of this stuff, and that's not what I'm about. I just want to listen to ladies' stories, what they got wrong, what worked, how they got out of this situation, you know, and really highlight stuff that's just not being talked about. Like the industry as a whole, as yachting, does not talk about what happens to us next. And I do think that there is a certain kind of urgency in this, because we have a finite life on board as stewardesses. You know, once you do kind of either lose your looks or you want to have a baby, you know, you might have only found it in your 20s anyway. So we're not talking about a very large amount of time, but women need to kind of go in with their eyes open and really understand, yes, it's great, yes, it's glamorous, all of that, but you are sacrificing a lot on land, you know, your career, you're not paying into pensions, you're not, you know, you're not doing an awful lot of things. So yeah, it is growing, and yes, we are looking at doing a European event, but I will be led by the ladies. So after this event at the Shard in London, we've got an incredibly diverse group of women, and hopefully they're all going to, like what I've said, you don't know what kind of pearl you're going to get until everybody opens up. So hopefully we'll create an environment where these ladies can open up, share their experiences, share their ideas, and we can actually get some, you know, maybe some fantastic opportunities on land for ladies. But we are, yeah, the European thing, we'll see, you know, I'm not saying no, but I will be led. It would be nice to have one in Europe, and it would be nice to get as many current stews, because I do know that there is a massive ex-stew population in south of France. There's some in Barcelona, so ladies that still kind of want to be close to, you know, the major hubs of the industry. So it'd be nice to connect with all of those, because obviously we have been very UK centric with the first two events. So yeah, maybe we'll see.
Gemma, for anybody out there that are interested in sort of following this journey and perhaps being, you know, part of a future event as and when they happen, how can they find you and how can they follow the journey?
Absolutely. I think the best place, Cherise is going to have everything on her platform. So it's Yacht Pearls of Wisdom. I just want to confirm that's right. So yeah, at Yacht Pearls of Wisdom on Instagram. I obviously share everything as well on the Yacht Stew, but it's not centralized around these events, whereas Cherise's platform very much is. But as Cherise said, I think the whole goal of this event, because it's really the first bigger event, the first one, there was less than 15 attendees, whereas now we have maxed out. We have had a few requests this week, and we've had to put together a bit of a wait list per se, and we're at 50 now. So yeah, I think this is going to be a great opportunity to actually have those conversations in person, not just over the phone or online, and say, how can we serve you moving forward? And what resources do you want to see? And then that's something that, you know, I'm 100% backing Cherise with everything she does. And hopefully that will mean that Yacht Pearls of Wisdom can just grow to be, you know, really focused on the needs right now of that community, because it will change, and the demands will change. So I think the beauty of these events is we can just almost have that check-in of, where are you at? Where are you at from the last 6 months since we haven't seen you? Or, you know, now that you've just finished the med season, how are you feeling? You know, what can we do to help you through the Caribbean season? Or if you're looking for time off, how can we support you? So I think that's kind of the beautiful part about the events, is that check-in, and also putting a face behind a name. I'm so excited. There's quite a few people that are coming that I've admired online for years, but never met. And I'm a big hugger, so I'm just excited to like give them a hug and just connect and go, here's my number, like, let's, you know, catch up or go for coffee. I just think these events are just a really great almost stepping stone to building that more personal relationship as well. Because yeah, the beauty of yachting is it's so international, but then you leave and you think, oh my gosh, my best friends are in like Norway, South Africa, America, and I'm in England. So that's what, you know, I'm really excited about. And then hopefully, you know, as Cherise launches her website, that could become a central focus for people to come together. And you know that when you're in that kind of community, it's 100% support. And as well, we do that as much as we can on the Ship to Shore Ladies Facebook group as well. That's also a great resource to go to. And it's lovely. I posted a few weeks ago, has anyone ever Googled how to find friends as an adult? And everyone was like, yes, I've done that. Or I use, you know, this app to meet up with people in my area and things like that. And it was so nice to not feel like you're asking a stupid question, to actually feel heard and validated. So I think that over time as well, Cherise and I are both admins in that will become a really beautiful resource as well.
Well, ladies, I have to say thank you very much, because, you know, I think this is great, and you are creating a community, and obviously the community was dying for something like this with the support that you've received and sort of the push forward that you have received. It's called Pearls of Wisdom, and it's for women in yachting. And as we've just explained, it's for any woman that is either coming off or thinking about coming off or just has any questions whatsoever within the yachting community to please reach out and be connected with other like-minded women and find out the answers to all your questions. I thank you both, Cherise.
Thank you. It's a pleasure talking to you.
And thank you, Gemma.
Oh, my pleasure.
We'll include all the links below this interview when it airs. We thank you for joining us. My name is Ria. I have been your host. We'll see you again next time.